Good evening. Hey everybody, it's Neil. Welcome back. I'm going to be playing some more Castlevania tonight for the month of October. This time from the Castlevania Advance Collection, so called because it's a collection of Castlevania games released on the Game Boy Advance. And this collection has Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, Aria of Sorrow, and Dracula X for some reason. That's a Super Nintendo game. What the hell is that doing here? Guess I forgot to put that on the Anniversary Collection. Anyway, let's play some Harmony of Dissonance because this game is awesome. And unlike before, where I show you the collection as a formality and then switch over to a non-commercial emulator, this time I really am going to use the emulator that's bundled with the collection because there's no particular reason not to. In fact, there's a lot of reasons to use this emulator. I had used a non-commercial emulator before because of the NES's flickering, and the outside emulator just did a better job. That's not to say that there won't be shenanigans here, because I am using a ROM hack. It's really cool. You can go to romhacking.net, pick out a hack, and apply it to the collection. I just think that's really cool that you can do that. Anyway, let's start a new game. For name entry, we're just going to use the default, which is Juste or whatever the hell that guy's name is. 50 years have passed since Simon Belmont vanquished the curse of Dracula. So we have a sequel to Simon's Quest here. Fate has dictated that Juste Belmont, blood descendant of the Belmont family, hunt for the relics of Dracula. One day, Juste's best friend Maxim, who had set out on a training expedition 2 years earlier, returned unexpectedly, his body covered with wounds. He informs Juste that Lydie, a childhood friend whom they both deeply care about, has been kidnapped. Maxim has completely lost his memory of his time training away from home and only has vague images of the kidnapping. We're hitting all the bad tropes here: kidnapping, amnesia. Ignoring his bodily injuries, Maxim leads Juste to the place where he believes Lydie is being held captive. Passing through thick fog, the two men happen upon a castle undocumented on any map. Could this be the fabled Dracula's castle? Standing solemnly in the night, this forbidding castle welcomes its unexpected guests as the moonlight shines down upon it. So, like I said on another recording, these games are not stories. They don't have very intricate plots. They just basically have a weak premise to kind of give you some context as to what to do in the game. They're not that deep. So you truly believe that Lydie was brought to this castle? My memory fails me, but this seems to be the place. Don't you believe me? Does this mincing look on my face not inspire confidence? I know better than anyone that you are not the type to lie. Good, because I'm not acting suspiciously at all. Juste, are you all right? I'm fine. It's Lydie you should be concerned about, not me. Go on ahead. I'll be right behind you. You have my word. Honest. Truly. You can trust me. Okay, then. I'll see you inside. You're not acting suspiciously at all. So, the reason I'm using a ROM hack is because this game had some notorious problems that are all fixed by this one hack. I think it's just called the visual improvement hack. It's a fairly new one. It does the job of making this game mostly resemble Symphony of the Night. And it has a few other fixes as well. So prior to this game coming out, excuse me, prior to this game coming out, we had another game called Circle of the Moon that you saw in the opening menu. And Circle of the Moon is an okay game, but it had some technical problems. The chief among them was that it was very hard to see what you were doing in that game. See, Game Boy Advance had a very, very dark screen, and the original model was not backlit at all. So, to compensate for that, a lot of a lot of game companies would brighten up their games and basically imagine like cranking the gamma up on your screen all the way. That's how most early Game Boy Advance games looked. Castlevania Circle of the Moon opted not to do that, and as a result, they used a very dark and gothic color scheme, and it was just impossible to see what you were doing. So you see that question block over on the right side of the screen? That is a hint that lets you know that there's a hidden item in this area of the castle, and in this case we have the Soul Orb, which I believe it lets you know how much damage you're doing to enemies. These little numbers popping up there. Go this way now. And up here, grab that equipment. See, we have the wacky waving whip from Super Castlevania 4. Yeah, so Igarashi comes along, and he wants to make his own Castlevania game. He was the main guy at this point in time, but he didn't work on Circle of the Moon. In fact, he doesn't like that game and kind of shits on it. And he canonized it, and even like made another game that takes its place in the timeline called Order of Ecclesia. But he decides to take the criticism of that game to heart and overcorrect, so this game looked like a pastel nightmare when you played it. I mean, I guess it looked okay on the original Game Boy Advance screen, but on the SP or Nintendo DS, or especially the Game Boy player on the GameCube, it just looked awful. So that necessitated a color rebalance. And I think the collection has its own color rebalance. It looks... I noticed that it didn't look nearly as bad, but it still had some problems, so I used someone's patch to fix it. Now it looks great. Juste Belmont had a blue outline around him so that you could actually see him on the Game Boy Advance screen. And it just looked... It looked really bad. It was... the game just kind of looked like amateur hour. But now it looks really good. And they also did some script revisions, the ROM hacker that is. And fixed up some lines of dialogue and even some inventory description. So you're going to notice, like, if you've played this game, you will notice some inventory differences and even some dialogue differences. Halt! The color of your soul. You must be a Belmont. That is correct. This overwhelming power. Death? Indeed. Which means this is, in fact, Dracula's castle. That might be true, though the power that is my lord's is not here. You can tell I've played this a couple times before this, because I'm starting to read ahead and anticipate what they're going to say. What do you mean? I must go now. We shall meet again, son of Belmont. Wait, why did you just say that like you were Canadian? I have so many questions. Ah, he got away. Anyway. Over here, get the castle map. Come down here, so we got a couple items to grab. I had this game when it was relatively new on the original Game Boy. Actually, no, I had a Game Boy SP, but I wound up playing it on the Game Boy player. But best way to play it is via emulation, not on the original hardware. So I just picked up a life max up that increases his overall hit points and refills the health meter, which is a double whammy of awesome. And those health max upgrades will come in handy throughout the game. They always seem to be in places where I'm in trouble. And I'll happen upon them and be like, oh, thank God. Hit Medusa heads. Even though they're more easy to avoid in this game, because they're slower, but because I'm zipping around, I'll probably be smacking into them a lot. What's also different about this incarnation of game, due to the ROM hack that I'm using, is that instead of green, the damage indicator is reset to red. And anything that's colored red to represent blood is now properly red and not green. Changing the blood color to green is a fairly common Nintendo form of censorship. That's what they did in Super Castlevania 4. By the way, you can do a decensorship hack on that game in the Anniversary Collection, and not only put the blood back in the game, but put the cross back on top of the headstone at the beginning of the game. We're always in favor of decensorship around here. When you saw that I had a level up, because yeah, this game has an experience system similar to Simon's Quest, although this game doesn't suck. Okay, what else is different? I think I hit all the highlights. If I think of anything else, oh yeah, the run animation. So look at this. Look how nice this running animation is. In the Game Boy Advance version, and even the collection version, this running animation was just atrocious. It looked really, really bad. So some nice soul went to the trouble of reanimating it. And it looks really good now. Up here. Save rooms will restore your health, so if you're ever near a save room and you're low on energy, make a beeline for it, because it will be your saving grace. That is a room I can't get in just yet. Oh, and Juste has this nice dashing move. Similar to the move that Alucard has in Symphony of the Night. How you know, you're always like back dashing in that game like this. You're always like scooting backwards because it's faster than walking. Well, Juste has a forward and backward dash, sort of to show up Alucard, I guess. Like, a lot of people comment that Juste is actually overpowered in this game. Like, he's suspiciously overpowered for a human. I mean, he's supposed to be a Belmont, not a damn Peel. Okay, so you saw I picked up the Ice Book. Ice Books augment to the sub-weapon system, so that Brofist move that I have, if you combine it with the Ice Book, you can do stuff like this, and get an item that you normally would not be able to jump up and reach, because your jump at this point of the game doesn't go up that high. And you can also get this item over here, the Dracula's Ring, way earlier than you would normally be able to. And then you don't have to ever come back this way. And that is a good thing. Jerk. Ugh, don't want that. Oh, jeez, I don't want to fight that guy. I could beat him, but he hits really hard. And in all likelihood, I would get my ass trounced if I tried to fight him at this stage. An antidote. Antidotes cure poison. For when you get poisoned. Jackass. Aside from just zipping around, the dash enables you to kind of spar with the enemies in a really cool way. I want to go back to that save room. Just not up there. What am I doing? Medusa heads seem to always want to be in the way. By the way, did we... Okay, yeah, we did. So, one of the things I want to do is get 100% completion on the map. And, oh, what are we doing here? Why is it so dark in here? Oh. It's the vampire bat. And this is the same first boss that you face in the original Castlevania, except he's much cooler now, because he's not an 8-bit sprite anymore. Oops. Normally it would be ideal to have the throwing axe against this enemy, but we'll be fine. I want to hold on to the bro fist just a little bit longer. To get one more early item. And then I'm going to discard it and never use it again. Fighting kind of sloppy. Maybe I should goad him into doing more of his drill attack, because that gives me a lot of free hits. There we go. And he's dead. Steam achievement. Cool. I don't know if you could see the Steam achievement. Something changed where, like, OBS doesn't, like, seem to be picking those up anymore. We'll see. I'll see in the recorded footage later if it picked it up or not. Obtain the redstone. Probably should have grabbed that before I fought the vampire bat. Let's equip that. Oh, I forgot to equip everything. What the hell am I doing? So just go ahead and get rid of that bracelet and just equip everything else, because everything else that you picked up is going to outclass the bracelet. Okay, let's have a look around, see if we missed any areas. Yeah, we did. What the hell am I doing? Let's zip over here really quick. There's really no expedient way to backtrack. No, get up there. Might as well take care of this now. Somehow I missed the bottom right-hand corner of this room. There, I saw it. Now I can leave. Jerk. Next stop is right down here. No, we don't want the holy water. I don't like the holy water. Oh, money bags. Money bags in this game actually do stuff. They, there's a merchant in the game, and he'll sell you stuff. Yeah, money in the original Castlevania served absolutely no purpose other than getting you points, which was silly. Just going around grabbing items. Oh, remember these guys? The bone pillars. Now looking a lot more like dinosaurs now. It's because their skulls have that that center cavity between the nostril and the eye socket. That is called an antorbital fenestra. It is the distinguishing characteristic of a skull of the Archosaur family, which includes dinosaurs, pterosaurs, ancient crocodiles, and birds. Creationists are watching this right now. I didn't know there's gonna be science in this. They turn it off. Eat a dick. Anyway, next week, kids, we'll talk more about classification and taxonomy, how diagnostics is done. We'll talk about the perforated acetabulum in the dinosaur pelvis that is unique to dinosaurs. I'm kidding, we're not going to talk about that. Oh, I was going to use the bro fist to get up here, but now I don't have to. So, bro fist is gone. That's something speedrunners do every now and then, is that they'll use damage to bounce up to places they normally wouldn't be able to reach. There's an item up there. I don't know if I'll come back to get it when I have a better jump. It's worth it to beat on these things in the early game, because they're worth a decent amount of experience, and you can level up a bit. Let's see, am I coming back around to the... Oh yeah, but there's still some more area of the castle to explore. I guess we're outside. Silk cape. Oh god. Actually, such a freaky looking enemy that guy is a pushover. He's just really big. He likes to spawn in places where it's a little tough to get at him. You know what? I should use a healing item. Heart max up. Hearts are for the sub-weapons, which work very much the same way they do in the original Castlevania. Oh, so getting back around to what's different about this version of the game, there is one more improvement, although it's not due to the ROM hack, it's due to the collection itself. And that is that the music has been upgraded. It's not the lo-fi 8-bit samples that we have on the actual hardware. This time, in this collection, it is streaming from a source external to the ROM, so we're getting high-quality versions of these tracks, although some of them are still kind of stinky. But it sounds way better than the cartridge version, which did not have a very nice sound to it. It sounded very compressed and crunchy, and it was just kind of a nasty sound. Oh, can't go that way. What am I doing here? Ah. getting some early experience. Oops. For some reason, I thought that 5 hits would have done it. And I walked right into him, assuming he was dead. Oh. Level up. Ooh, really tempting to grab that cross. But I don't think so. I want to hang on to the holy book. Something I've never said in my entire life. Oh, look what he's guarding. A life max up. Which restores my entire health bar. Of course, the save room does it as well. Maxim, you're all right. Thank God. Oh, Juste, is that you? Yeah, I'm all right, I guess. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Standing around in a daze like that, leaving yourself vulnerable. That's not right. I don't know how I got inside the castle. What did you say? I don't know how I got inside the castle. I mean, I'm not sure. Things are still foggy, but it's all slowly starting to come back to me now. Like in that Celine Dion song. Your memory is returning? It seems so. I've been feeling strange since coming to the castle. If we continue a little further, perhaps I may be able to recall something. Come on, let's go together. Let's get out of here, Maxim. No, that's just what they'd be expecting us to do. If we're going to find Lydie, we must separate. We'll cover more ground. Yes, you are right. No, he's not. Be careful, Juste. Watch your back too, Maxim. Look at that awful run cycle. That's basically how Juice's run cycle looked before it was fixed. I don't want that. I think we have the living armor. This guy is a pushover. Oh, I meant to hold on to the holy book. What the hell? Because this fight would be a lot better if I had the holy book. Go back and get it. If I can remember where it was. Oh no! See, I'm so used to using this spell to avoid his damage, because if you use a magic spell, you have invincibility frames, and he cannot hurt you. But I don't have the spell that I want. Excellent. Another Steam achievement. Excellent. Gecko tail. And we open up this wall. And we're out in the main part of the castle again. Isn't this where we came in? Yep. And we don't need to be there. Let's make sure we got that entire hallway. Yes, we did. Now, what that gecko tail does is it gives us a slide move, which increases our mobility, and it will enable me to traverse a couple of areas that I skipped earlier. dummy. Boy, I sure hope there's a health item up here that will refill my HP meter to negate all the dumb things that I'm doing here. Oh look, there's one. Meat. Oh jeez. Actually, this guy should be no problem now. See how my magic attack allows me to negate his sword swing. Level up. That would have been even better if I had the Holy Book. That's okay, we'll pick it back up. Obtained energy circle. Okay, so this is a pointless item to have. So watch this, let's equip the energy circle. You know, all it does is it has this extra move. If you hold down the whip button, it circles around like that, right? That's basically replicating the move from Circle of the Moon. But if we go back to the redstone, whip, and then it just dangles, and then you can do the silly thing from Super Castlevania 4. But you could also do this by circling the D-pad, and you're just doing the same thing as with the, I already forgot the name of the thing, but it's the most pointless item in the game. Oh my god. How come those guys didn't do that to me before? It looks like this is the way out of here. Up here. Except it's not. Why does it... Oh, it does show me that there's a wall. I went up the wrong... Okay, I see. Okay, now that's the wall that's not shown on the map. Very sneaky game. I'm gonna use a health recovery item pretty soon. Oh shit. Here. Yeah, I think this is the way out. There we go. No, wait, I came in here with the throwing axe, and I think for some reason I avoided the Holy Book and then assumed that I grabbed it. That's why I didn't have it. Okay. Silly me. Ooh, money. Yeah. Damn it. I believe I'm close to the way out of here. Now, some of these enemies are going down even quicker now, thanks to the level up that I've been obtaining. Okay, where are we going first? Stop in the save room along the way, refill health. Here, grab a fire book. Grab the bin full of clothes. Actually, let's head back this way. This is kind of going out of the way for something. We're not going to be back here for a while. So, here we go. Sure. Now, I can beat this jerk in the hallway. I died before it. Oh. Oh well. Got the level up. Defeated victory armor. Grab the life max up. Now there's a door there that I can't get through. I need a skull key. So back we go. No wait, that's the wrong direction. I get kind of turned around with some of these paths that look similar. We have two long staircases in a row. Stop taking hits from these dorks. Yeah, here we go. Nope. No, that's the wrong way. What? See? Getting confused by similar looking passages. Stop off at the save room again. This time we'll say no to saving, but that'll get HP back up. I'm just realizing I didn't have to backtrack that other time. Oh well. Come back down here. Go down to where we got the bandana. And into this eyeball assaulting room. Beat some zombies. What did I just... No, I don't want the bro fist. Alright, next up. And here's a room you will recognize from Symphony of the Night. Picked up the Lucky Charm. Always after me, Lucky Charm. For some reason, things look a bit different than they did before. Could it be that we're in a different part of the castle? Or maybe that we've just stumbled upon the gimmick of the game. So this game does the double castle thing, similar to Symphony of the Night. Except that it doesn't have the upside down castle, it does it in a different way. And I won't totally spoil it, but I'm pretty sure you can kind of infer what the gimmick actually is. Okay, just dash to the room, they will jump over you. We can fight those guys a bit later when our health is up a bit more. When our experience is up. For now, we'll deal with these flail guys that can really hurt you, but they sure are slow. Heart max up. Oops, I hit the wrong shoulder button. Return to game. Okay. Save. Yes. Sorry to break the immersion there for a second. Just dash through the room. Okay, now head over this way. We have another living armor. Don't get me, you jerk. Welcome! Why do you have a shop in a place like this? Well, being the wandering merchant that I am, during my travels, I was suddenly swallowed up by a dense fog. And now me's here. That doesn't quite answer my question. What are you doing here? Still, there's no need for you to set up a shop in a place like this. At first, I spent some time looking for an exit. I couldn't find one, so, without other options, I opened up for business right here. That doesn't make any sense. Who could possibly be your clientele? So what can I do you for? Well, first we can sell the opal that we picked up. I don't know what's with the wicked laugh. And then we'll buy... Well, let's see what he has. Ooh, Castle Map 2. We should grab that. Generally, he sells a lot of items that are comparable to the stuff that you pick up around the castle, so... Ooh, that's tempting, but I can't afford it. See, that only increases my defense by 2, and I'm gonna have better armor very shortly, so there's no real reason to grab it. So instead, we're just gonna stock up on potions. Here, we'll just... I could grab 6, but I'm $1 short. Oh well. Alright. Back to the adventure. Sure. Slamming into enemies. Asshole. Level up. Kinda nasty every time. Every now and then you get a zombie that has flies buzzing around it. That's gross. Ectoplasms, they can curse you. Which is really not a big deal, because all it does is it makes you walk around like you have shit in your pants, and it wears off after a couple seconds. There's really only one time in the whole game that you have to worry about being cursed, and it's during a boss fight. Actually, now that we picked up a new suit, piece of armor, let's do some re-equipping. Cloth armor, that is a big upgrade. Let's see, have we picked up anything new? Well, we picked up the wristband. That Logos ring increases the strength of the knife. I'm never going to use the knife. Why did I even pick that up? Let's see. For a loss of 2 defense points, I gain 10 points of luck. So let's equip the lucky charm for now, because it'll probably result in better item drops for a little while. No, turn around, idiot. Oh, the stupid bombs that guy throws. You could defeat the bombs, but they still have splash damage. And a chair. Interesting item to find in a place like this. Which way do I normally go? Not to the left. Okay, just making sure. Oh, jeez. I have to use a health item pretty soon. Nope. Don't want the throwing dagger. Now, instead of going down, I'm going to come over here. Just remember, we're going for 100% castle completion, so I'm going to go up. That was a pretty slick move. I didn't even mean to do that. I just kind of like reflexively panicked and hit two guys with one strike. Pivoting in midair, even. Yes, we do want the money. And that's as far as we go. Let's go back down. So let's look at the map. Like, we got the whole right side of that vertical column, but not the left side. So we're gonna go over here. This door I cannot get through. I need a special kind of key. Taking the elevator down will fill in the left side of the chamber. Okay, I am going to use a potion. Try not to let the ectoplasm touch you. While curse is not really that big of a deal, it is rather annoying. Okay, so at the bottom of this chamber is a special room, which we're not actually going to go in yet. I just wanted to show you that it was down here. That's something I want to save. It's a very special room. Over this way. Ooh, money. Skeleton cave. Okay, over to the right and down there's an area that I could explore right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to save it for later. Side table. Interesting thing to find here. Now watch this. What has a skull that big? Where did that come from? What's that thing's story? Oh god! Oh, it missed him. I did a slide in the wrong direction. Stuffed stag. Okay, this thing would really hurt you if you're not careful. Juste, there you are. What's happened, Maxim? Have you found Lydie? How dare you ask me of Lydie? You're one of her captors, aren't you? Huh? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Forget it. I know not the scope of your power, Belmont, but I will not let you have her. What's happened to you? You're not your normal self. I got new powers to surpass your strength, but first, the woman. Farewell. May you rot away within the walls of this castle. Wait, Maxim? Was that truly Maxim? Do my eyes and ears deceive me? How did he get so far ahead of me? And what's this guy throwing? A croissant? Suddenly I have a taste for breakfast at McDonald's. Yeah, look at that. It's a croissant. What did they call that breakfast item? The croissant sandwich? They put like an egg and some sausage in the middle of it. Oh, God, that's something really good. You know, for such an imposing enemy, those guys are really slow. And they seem to be allergic to attacking. Hey, it's the first boss from Castlevania 3. Hey, don't let him walk into you, dummy. Oh, I thought he was going to take that. Oh, don't corner me. Yeah, hop up on the platform, please. Shit, shit, shit. Okay. Use your magic cheese like you were talking about earlier, dummy. Oh. And I beat his first phase before I had a chance to really do that. The rest of the phases are pretty easy if I can avoid getting attacked. Nope. We want to rewind. Embarrassing. Having to use the rewind feature. This guy is not that tough. There we go. That's the pattern we're supposed to use. And phase 2. This might be the dumbest phase of them all, because we'll just do that. And then stand there and take punishment. Team achievement. Excellent. Obtained silk feather. Now what we can do. Turn around. Now what we do, we can double jump. Which enables us to come up here. Life max up. Oops. Level up. Again, that should have killed him. Hide cap. Double jump up. Double jump up here. What the hell? There we go. And from the music, you can tell that we're just below the main hallway, but we have this breakable block that we can't get through just yet because we need an item for that. Anyway, that's as good a spot as any to call it for now. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.